Tom Wiley here alongside Kyle Hansen outside the TD Garden in Boston for UFC 292. I got a quick story I want to relate to you. I was looking through my emails earlier this week, and I found one from 2014. It was from Corey Smith. He was the CEO of 221 Industries, and he had just signed Sean O'Malley to his first professional contract. And in that email, he said that Sean will one day be a UFC champion. That was 9 years ago. Here we are, 2023. It's happened.
Corey couldn't have been more correct, Tom. And we were here on Saturday night. It was a crazy night here in Boston at UFC 292. Everybody's still buzzing about it. And of course, we were at the press conference afterwards where we got to catch up with Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, his opponent, and UFC President Dana White to wrap up a historic night here in Boston.
Yeah, it definitely feels surreal. It feels like I'm playing a video game and I just got cheat codes and I'm like, all right, I'm going to knock out Aljo on the second Saturday. And I feel like that fight could have kind of played out how I expected it to. My main goal was to not let him take me down. And I knew if I could keep it on the feet, I would knock him out.
The build and anticipation for Sean O'Malley's fight was palpable all week in one of the biggest events of the year for the UFC. Thanks in large part to O'Malley's rising superstardom. If there was any doubt about O'Malley's impact and profile, UFC President Dana White made it clear that O'Malley is not the future anymore. He is the present.
You know, when Conor McGregor, exploded onto the scene, he ignited Europe and other parts of the world. And now, like Sean O'Malley coming into Boston, everywhere I went, yesterday and today, hair, shirts, the whole deal. I mean, everybody was wearing O'Malley stuff. And you saw the reaction when he won tonight, how the place just erupted.
O'Malley caught Aljamain Sterling with a counter right punch to send him to the canvas and followed up with violent ground strikes before the ref stopped the fight, officially crowning the Montanan as champ.
Yeah, I thought the longer the fight stayed on the feet, the better chance I had of knocking him out. I knew it would get him frustrated, him not being able to grab me. I thought he was way too confident that he was going to be able to come in and just grab me. I don't know if he's ever sparred someone as good as I am or fought someone as good as I am. I truly believe I am, a level above most people in the striking department. I just felt like he was very confident because he had never experienced, it wasn't his fault, he has never experienced someone that fast in front of him.
Humble in defeat after a heated week, Sterling was quick to credit O'Malley's ability, showing his respect to the new champ.
No excuses, Sean. Yeah, he did a good job of the one thing I knew he would be good at, and is that step back counter. Yeah, it's just a good shot, man. I felt like I saw something else. I stepped in. He capitalized on the one mistake that I made, and I paid for it.
From fighting in hotel conference rooms to other non-traditional fight venues on his come up in Montana, Saturday's moment with the belt wrapped around his waist was made even more special to O'Malley, knowing his roots and his grind to get to this point.
This has been 12 years. I started kickboxing when I was 16 years old. And then, in Montana, and moved to Phoenix when I was 18, and it's been 2 days. Like I've dedicated my life to this sport. I know you guys see the hair, the beautiful pink Lamborghini, the houses and all the fun stuff. But I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm in the gym. I'm losing, I'm getting beat every single day so I can come out here and win. And but being from Montana, it molded me for sure.
And it was a moment O'Malley got to share with his family in the octagon. MTN Sports caught up with his brother Daniel after the fight, and they were all bursting with pride.
Yeah, it meant everything. I mean, my parents were super excited. All our siblings were excited. We're just happy for him. He works so hard. And you don't see what he does every day, so for it to all come together is pretty awesome.
It's the highest of highs for O'Malley and fellow Montanan Tim Welch of Great Falls, his head coach. The duo willed their dreams into reality, made history, and according to them, it's only the beginning.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's what that means. Feels good. I've been telling, you can go watch my interview before the Contender Series, before I was even in the UFC. I said, watch, this is going to happen. Literally, basically explained how my career is going to play out in a couple sentences. Here we are.
So what's next for Sean O'Malley? Well, more superstardom and potentially big fights, whether that's a super boxing fight or a rematch with Marlon Chito Vera in December in Las Vegas, which O'Malley wants. But right now, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, the future is bright for Sean O'Malley, and that will wrap up our coverage here from Boston. Helena's Sugar Sean O'Malley, a bantamweight champion, the first Montanan to win a UFC belt. For Kyle Hansen, I'm Tom Wiley, MTN Sports.